Like, how you
Yeah.
like? Oh, like it ain't.
That's not the mic. That's not the mic. That's this. That's my camera.
If it That ain't have no control over now one of her. She got 8 kids. She couldn't control now one of them. That shit crazy. On Ford, yes. But that still surprised me to this day. There was a
Wait.
2-bedroom house. All the people in the.
Okay, there we go.
Well, you know it's bad. Corey sleeping in a
Alright, I
dime.
fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. I fixed it. I figured it out. Figured it out. I got it.
Yes, on my mama, there was a 2-bedroom house.
Alright, there we go. There we go.
On my mama.
Now I have no
Well,
camera.
about 8 people stayed in that bitch. On rotation, too. On rotation. You good, man. But that living room used to stay stacked. But that living room used to be stacked like roaches. It never, like, never. It never used to be living until they come cook. Seven, oh yeah, they used to be this up. But at 7 used to stink. Yeah, I swear to God, I hated all the food. I hated all the food in that.
Alright,
Like, oh
let's
God. Well,
try
one time
replacement
they had
GTA today.
one time they came with the boxes of that pizza. They came with boxes of pizza. This shit closed down, hey. Like I ain't seen nobody come through that. Well, first, no, cause like I think somebody else owned it, cause they been fixing up on this shit since we left. I think somebody bought this shit. Now I wonder what that rent was at that house. Was. Oh God! What? Oh my mama, I was just telling somebody this on the phone last night. My grandma was trapping food right over my head. Right over my head, she was trapping. Right over my head, huh, Marvin?
Mic is muted. Mic was muted. Hello, what are you talking about? Bro, he. He's a lucky though. Man, it's a way to get in here. Unless it's underground. Oh, I'm dead. Oh my god, bro. I don't got time. Just fell to my death. Hmm. Let's go with a new world. This would be perfect. We're gonna go to Iceberg. Great. Ooh, I'm like this map. Kind of digging it. Let's go here. we're gonna do, we're gonna just all the same. The same. Let's just get rid of all of this really fast. But I gotta keep some. Like
Rocker. Oh, 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 yeah, rocker, yeah, oh, oh,
Let's see here. Let's go with damage. Yeah, everything good. All right.
Oh, 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 no. Oh, no. That's not rocker. Oh,
13.
Oh, earlier. Okay. And how old was she? Yo, wait, dude.
Alright, chat, we on UDY. Will she burn?
I don't got that much storage at all.
Oh, yes. See, I'm a changed man. Is this a Kevin O?
Keep your confidential information classified with Adobe Acrobat. Use the Redact tool to select the information you want to hide. And it's gone.
Before the moon is full, the vampire messiah will come. The devourer of light will eat the sun. You,
the day at hand. The army of righteous need you, she'll turn on you and murder you, one by one. Suffering, death, hundreds of thousands made of blood.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to bring you another masterpiece. Hopefully. We've talked about the first Castlevania on the channel, at least the first 2 seasons with Dracula. I might continue it, I don't know. I've seen season 3, but Dracula and Jennifer are my favorite characters, and Dracula not being there kind of hurts. I'm cool. But today we are watching its successor, Castlevania Nocturne. I have no expectations. I just hope it can keep up with the greatness of the first one. But with that being said, I have no plan for this vid. I'm gonna keep watching until I get bored. So if it's ass, I'm gonna let you know it's ass. By the way, follow the IG. So if you don't know, this takes place around 300 years after our GOAT Trevor Belmont. We see a mother and her son walking down an empty street in the middle of the night for some reason. You're just asking for trouble. There's a whole festival going on. There's gotta be another road you can take that isn't completely devoid of human life. But the mother here is a vampire hunter who believes having her son stay with his auntie is a safer option, but of course, the son doesn't want that.
I'm so sorry, my darling, but I have no choice.
She's lying to you. There's always a choice.
We're only 2 minutes in and there's already gonna be a fight. Dodge the whip, runs in with a dagger, she pulls out a sword. Couple clashes right here, tries to land the overhead, yo ass off me. Another clash, connects the roundhouse, a kick to the back too. He goes for a stab but she weaves it, I think, I don't know. But she slashes him twice, he deflects the third, pulls out the fire magic, showing us some diversity. She got ice powers too, the best of both worlds. And I don't know who he thought he was, diving headfirst into the guys like that. Like, she not gonna capitalize on that shit. Peep the stance, peep the confidence. This is what we practice for.
Hold on, stay right there while we charge this up.
Knock that boy on all fours, but she isn't finished. Burnt him to a crisp. Or so I thought. He simply entered his final form, which is a giant snake, dragon, butterfly thing. I don't know what that shit is. Man, bro, didn't we tell your little ass to go back to the boat? Now she gotta worry about you, which in return results in her getting bodied. Now, would she have lost either way? Probably. But you for sure made it a lot easier. So this guy proceeds to do the mistake that many villains do for some reason. He leaves the kid alive. What? He said, yeah, your mother killed someone I love, so I had to do it to her. I could kill you too, and I will. But I don't really feel like doing that right now. You know, I got a few errands to run, you know. But hey, you stay safe though. Really? Why do villains do this? Now, when he grows up, finds you, then kills your ass, I don't want to hear any complaining. You did it to yourself. So now it's been a couple years since then. He's in this rebellion group having a meeting. And if you couldn't already tell by the fit the first guy had on, vampires aren't these creatures that roam in the woods looking for easy pickings. They run shit. They're the top dogs. Your taxes go to them. Your rent goes to them. Even if you're living in a box, 1 bed, 0 bath, no kitchen, just 4 walls and a mattress, they don't care. Cough up 3 bands. They want your whole paycheck and some. And there's nothing people can do to stop them. Who's gonna take the vampires? Which is the reason this rebellion was born. To stop that. And it seems like they weren't alone. 3 vampires pulled up, and we see that the boy inherited his mom's whip. And he did this dude so dirty. He made a whole entrance, jumped in the fire and everything, just to get your head immediately sliced. I know your homeboy in the bushes is shaking his head in shame right now. But he wasn't done. He threw a knife, cutting one of his thumbs off, wrapped him up, brought him in, foot on the shoulder. It doesn't matter if you kill me. It won't do you any good. The vampire messiah will come. The devourer of light will eat the sun. You will suffer and die along with... I don't give a shit. Huh? Imagine going out like that. You tried making a big spectacle. Oh, the world is coming to an end. The sun will be vanquished. And the dude doesn't give a damn. Now, while that was going on, old girl took care of the third, used her bird summons and gave it to him bad. There was nothing he could do. Just a bad class setup for this matchup. So after hearing that whole vampire messiah thing, Richter and Maria head over to the abbot to propose a temporary alliance. He thinks the vampires are gathering at the chateau, which apparently is the home of the Marquis, so why would a pillar of this community invite vampires into his home, he said. Maria immediately says, bitch, he ain't no pillar. His wealth comes from the pain and suffering of every peasant within 40 miles. But ultimately, they do convince him to keep his eye out over there, you know, have his spies spy around. So they head over to Maria's house. Her mom cooks some dinner, eating swell, having a good time, enjoying each other's company. Until they hear some roar. They walk outside to 4 creatures on their front lawn. This is their first time ever encountering something like this. The only threats they knew of are the vampires dripped down in Balenciaga. This is new territory. And not gonna lie, they were getting cooked in this fight, but that's to be expected. They never fought.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
These things before. But I have high hopes for Maria's mom. She is the same class type as Cypher, and the things that she was doing, I just hope, if not the mom, Maria could move like that. But if not Maria, maybe this new girl can fill in those shoes. She killed 1, the other 3 hauled ass. 2 of them can fly while this one is simply walking. No urgency and no steps. He's taking a nice stroll through nature. So her name is Annette, and she tells them that those things are night creatures. And it's been centuries since someone made them, and they so happen to be looking for a man named Belmont, which is our guy right here, because they also know something about this vampire messiah. And for some reason, every piece of media that takes place in the 15th century, the church is always on some bullshit. They're always the bad guys. We were just trying to form an alliance with the abbot, but turns out he's in cahoots with the vampires. Big surprise. He thinks the revolution, the rebellion, is a complete abomination. It goes against the natural order, common decency, and of course, to God. So he says, you know what? I'm gonna get my big homie to come handle y'all. The big homie in question is this lady right here.
Yeah, Neptune above.
Here, dog. You acting like I bite.
She hops out the wagon saying she's a representative of the Messiah.
Oh, the Messiah. Oh, you need to go down and register with the National Convention.
No, not that Messiah. The real one. And just annihilates the two guards. Then we cut back to our squad when we learn that Annette was actually a former slave fighting in a revolution for freedom. And the guy to her left, the most light-skinned you ever see, got blue eyes, hair tied up in a bun with a green ribbon and a cherry on top. He wasn't a slave or anything of the sort. Nigga was an opera singer. He was serenading the masses. But anyways, Annette tells us that something is changing. For centuries, vampires have pretty much been allies with royalty, dukes, barons, kings, princes, but they've always resented it. This Messiah promised to make them masters of the world. They'll keep the kings in place, but vampires will be pulling the strings, and in order to accomplish that, they need to crush the revolution. And the name of said Messiah is Elizabeth Bathory. Ma Dukes has actually encountered her before, and at what age do we deem too grown to run off crying into the distance like that? Cause not gonna lie, Ma, you passed that age limit to be eligible to do shit like that. But a few years back, Ma Dukes and her family settled in a village that was poor and cruelly treated. So they stayed for a while to help ease people's suffering. But of course, the vampires seen one too many smiles. Y'all not allowed to be happy. That village got raided by soldiers, vampires with big homie overseeing from the back. We learned that her name is Drota. She took one look at Ma Dukes' sister and said, yeah, I need that. Captured her immediately, brought her to this castle. Moms tried saving her, but once she arrived, realized that the Messiah doesn't simply murk her victims. She tortures them for as long as she can keep them alive. And at the back of the room, oh hey look, it says here okay. No, she is not. Then the Messiah herself walks in. And what room was that behind you? Does that lead to the fucking sun? Do you just have a spotlight aimed at the door? There's never a moment where a room needs to be that bright. But before Mom's escape, she made sure to take out her sis, running east until she finally found refuge here.
Yeah, don't you worry. We're going to fucking kill her.
So Richter tells Annette about the whole vampires gathering at the chateau thing, so she says, I bet. Let's pull up, burn that shit to the ground. That's a little too much. We're just gonna scope it out. So when they get there, they immediately see the Marquis giving corpses to the night creatures, but also Annette sees the vampire who enslaved her and murked her mother. She was ready to crash out right there and then, and I'm glad she calmed down. There's like 50 vampires here, staring directly into her soul. A creature let out a roar, alerting everyone in the area. See me? I would have turned around and hauled ass. I'm not giving them a chance to even think to attack. But they decided to stay and fight. Richter smacking them away with the whip. Maria calls forth her bird while she stabs one in the neck. Lightskin cuts this one head off with ease, but Peep Annette tossed the whole mace at this one through one of her blades, almost caught a collateral. Double clash, but look at the hand return to me. Broke his back with that mace. Don't even need to hold it either, and then proceeds to chop his head in two. I got high hopes for Annette, but she wasn't even the coolest to me. Maria caught me by surprise. I didn't know she was going to be moving like this. Spawn the bird, handle my lightweight. Spawned it again, back up. Summon the turtle, protect the right side. Summon the tiger. Bird came back, rotate the shield. How'd that hand feel? Right through the skull. Hold on. Her class setup might be something crazy. When we saw her earlier, I thought she was going to be a support type, but she can hold her own. So they finally decide to run away, but at this point, it low-key look like y'all can handle that shit. But they get to the woods, Annette conjuring a bridge to go across when unfortunately, Light Skin gets caught. 7 people trying to eat off one plate. There's not enough to go around. But the rest of them do escape though. Then they took these bodies straight to the reboot van, and not to be a dickhead or anything, but what did you do to be reincarnated as a boss monster? What? You caught one body the entire encounter. You're not boss monster material. He should have been random goon number 248. Also, this dude is back plotting something. But then we see exactly what Annette had to go through to get here. As we already know, her and her mother were slaves. One random night, a vampire owner came through. I don't know what tipped him off or if someone snitched, but he knew the mother was drawing symbols around the house. So he took her outside, saying there will be no spells casted in my shit.
No charms, no dances, no songs.
Don't forget our deal. We don't get to Paris, you don't get your archer.
murked her right in front of her daughter. Ever since then, she's been plotting an escape. And it really be your own people, bro. You're one of us, and you're working with them niggas. First of all, what kind of system is this? Why did they allow you to work with them in the first place? If you're gonna be racist, don't half-ass it, fully commit. What? But she got grabbed because they were trying to brand her. And this is when her powers awakened. Spawned the sword, knocking the rod out of his hand, and then booked it. Put the jets on. She was outrunning K9s. Made it to the city, ducked into this random orchestra where she met Lightskin, who gave her new clothes and snuck her to the mountains where other escaped slaves were mobilizing a resistance. Now, as far as her powers go, she's pretty much an earthbender. She can control metal and earth. So some time has passed. You see them locks got a little hang time now. That's the stage where you start doing normal activities with a little more aggression. Someone call your name, you turn your head a little faster now. You go to pick something up, you whip your head back, make sure everyone sees the shakeage. I'll say this is like intermediate level. You're not a novice anymore, but you're not in the big leagues yet. I mean, like, you're not up there with, you know, who got good locks? Offset, Cali, 21 pre-braids, me, Vaughn, this one girl that keep popping up on my IG. I'm Kevin, you know them. I think they really killing the game right now. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, the time to make the move was now. They ran through the city, burning everything, striking down slave owners and all their loved ones. They actually tried hunting down the one that took her mom, but he simply flown away. Bro didn't even entertain that at all. He left swiftly. Afterwards, Annette went to go speak with Cecile, who was the one that was mostly looking after she first arrived. But she noticed that she was tweaking, seen visions of the vampire messiah and said, oh fuck no, we're cooked. That's when she told Annette to go to Europe, find Richter Belmont, and defeat the messiah before she gets here. Made it sound so simple. Now back to the present, Maria wanted to introduce Annette to the other people a part of the revolution, and for some reason, they decided hosting this in the middle of the town square was the best course of action. The millisecond more than 5 people showed up to this exact spot at 1 a.m. in the fucking morning, every person in the surrounding building snitched immediately. Night creatures emerged from every alleyway. Now my first thought was, y'all two go home. Resign from the rebellion. Never attend another meeting again. I don't know if you thought joining the cause was gonna be couples goals or some shit, cause no way y'all put your heads down.
I guess this is it.
What? Man, if y'all don't get up, it was a 2-answer question, fight or run away, and y'all somehow invented a third option. Y'all chose death. Y'all are so lucky Annette saved y'all. But what she sees after, she's seen what they turned Lightskin into. And instead of attacking her, he actually saved her. So he's not fully gone. Then he just gets flown away. Later on, she tells the group on what she saw. Richter thinking she's seen things, but says, even so, what do you want to do about it? Rescue him? What if he doesn't want to be rescued? Or maybe he can't be. Maybe the only way to save him is to kill him. Valid point, honestly. So Annette just wants to charge into the church. She feels as if she abandoned Lightskin once and can't do it again. Richter immediately says, nigga, you're out of your damn mind. Right now, they're held under the assumption that the abbot is held hostage by the Forge Master, a sorcerer who can create those night creatures. They don't know yet that the abbot is the Forge Master, so charging in blindly when a powerful sorcerer could be spawn camping the entrance is kind of crazy. He wants to come up with a plan. Oh, so you're pussy. Okay, so now we're throwing shots. And Mom's really waited until the very last second to mention that, oh, by the way, there's actually a secret underground passage to get in. I just wanted to see I get angry. My bad, that's on me. So they head over there, and the streets are always devoid of human life for some reason. But meanwhile, Drolta is meeting with the abbot, aka the Forge Master.
I know it's all about sex with you priests, but believe me, you really shouldn't tempt me on that score. You wouldn't like it. Every orifice I possess has teeth.
But see, there's one medication that doesn't get much advertisement, while the side effects are really proven to be positive. That medication is called giving thanks.
Anyways, they take her downstairs for a little tour of the workshop, and Green Eyes here is plotting something. His name is Allrox, by the way, but we don't really know what he's up to yet, because the vampire messiah requested his presence, but it doesn't seem like he's fully on their side. And he has a little chat with Lightskin, and pretty much he doesn't remember anything. He doesn't know who he is, what he is, he's just here. And you know what this nigga proceeds to do? He starts singing. You get more and more light-skinned by the episode. How are you in jail? Expressing how you want your freedom. All Rocks laughs dead in your face and then you break out into song as a response. Also, how do you turn into this crazy monster and have stone bricks and metal bars be your biggest weakness? Either you're that trash or the architect needs a raise. So us hearing his singing head towards it immediately gets attacked by night creatures though. This one caught an icicle to the back of the head. Annette gets cut off from both angles. One shoots a water beam, rolls to evade it. Maria comes through with the assist. Annette runs back to the other one. Mom's freezing the water beam, gets cut in two. They bend that corner and sees the Abbott happily walking side by side with the vampires. Jolta specifically, that was the confirmation right there. Yeah, that nigga's not one of us. Lightskin still singing his heart out, by the way. We eats that kick to the face, spears him into the cell bars. Nigga, get the fuck off me. And as much shit I'm talking about Lightskin, I can't even lie. He's hitting them notes. So Annette and Jolta face off, dodging that knife throw, good block, ducks to slash, throws out a double kick return to me, calls the blade back, but both gets blocked. Then simply punt kick the tiger to the other room, catches Maria's blade when Mom pulls up with the most delayed attack ever. I would have pre-fired that shit. So Annette just says, yeah, I got that, and runs off to Lightskin. And not gonna lie, Maria probably would have gotten murked here if the Abbott didn't stop her. He was like, yo, relax. She's just a child, that's not a part of the deal. Meanwhile, Annette was getting ready to send Lightskin into the afterlife, but that's clearly not what he wants. Then Jolta comes from behind, good dodge out of Annette, evades the sweep kick, kicks one of her swords down, left claw weaved, roundhouse weaved, right stab weaved, knocks her back, but she enters the Viltrumite stance and Lightskin, I owe you an apology. Those are some strong ass bars, man. I can't even lie. Must be vibranium. Jolta couldn't even break through that. Slammed her to the ground with it too.
Did you know there's a new AI tool that allows you to create
on,
AI-generated
man.
YouTube thumbnails by just pasting a...
Maybe it's vampire proof or something, I don't know. Or that ceiling is the strongest thing in the universe, one of the two. Then she hits her with the floor, smacks the back of her head on the ceiling, frontal lobe on the concrete. That is a concussion if I ever seen one. Now, you know you don't belong here. Gave him like 7 more than a spinning sidekick. And he starts unloading knives into this dude, saying, and I quote, I am Richter Belmont, the last descendant of the Belmont clan. Huh? Are you serious? Why are y'all Belmonts always on the verge of extinction? First Trevor and now you. I can understand it happening one time, but it's been 300 years. The family tree just never expanded. You telling me that every generation just had one kid each and that one kid goes on to also have just one kid every single time? I don't know. Y'all might just like the thrill of not existing. Anyways, he decapitates that vampire, turns to the Abbott, and he's sitting there like, damn. Now, I'm going to assume that Abbott is Maria's dad. It wasn't stated, but all 3 of them got the exact same features. I feel like it's pretty obvious. Mom's probably never told Maria, but I feel like taking one good look at the dude, she should be like, hold on, why are we the only blondes with green eyes? We don't see much of those around here, do we, huh?
Little boy Belmont.
Right then and there, all the macho Richter had went out the window. He turned around, locked eyes and hauled ass, said fuck everybody he was with. Man ran to the nearest exit. The group eventually followed behind, but the dude was already out the door. Perfect form in that stance. Not a single look back to see if his friends was behind him, had zero care of their well-being. Even when they got outside, he was nowhere to be found. Nigga is still running. Where are you going? I clicked on the next episode and he is still running. Yo bro, relax. Nobody is chasing you, I promise. Also earlier I said Annette was some version of an earthbender. Yeah, I don't know what she is, to be honest. Maria got cut in the battle, so she takes a piece of her shirt, stabs it, and then just auto stitches her arm. Like what? How does that even work? And imagine going to sleep, waking up in the middle of the night, seeing your mom just standing there staring out the window like, yo, excuse me, mother, what are you doing? She was about to go on this whole rant to how when she came down here, the people were so nice, like, moms, I love you, but it's 4 a.m. Can we talk about this in the morning, please? But that's when they heard Annette. Y'all heard that, right? Sounded like someone either walked in or out the house. But no, Annette was just down there rattling the doorknob so they come to see what's going on. And she was like, oh, I'm going back for light skin. You don't have to come along though. If you wanted some help, all you gotta do is ask. You don't gotta strangle the doorknob, trust. But Maria and Moms was not going back. They were saying they need to at least wait for Richter, come up with a new plan. Annette was not trying to hear any of that shit. She was about to go out there dolo. They tried convincing her that going out there by yourself is genuinely a suicide mission. You're not built like that. And for some reason, they kept on mentioning Richter after every sentence. You want to go on a mission? Wait for Richter. You want to go for a walk? Wait for Richter. Oh, what was that? You haven't eaten anything in 6 days and you're on the brink of starvation while we have a 5-star buffet sitting on the dinner table? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Dig in. Once Richter gets back, and I'm fully with Annette on this. I don't give a damn about no Richter. I just watched that man run a 4 flat in the opposite direction of us. Usain Bolt don't even got a form that good. They go on to tell her that that vampire was the one who took away his mother, the one that haunted his nightmares. Man, I don't give a fuck. We all have nightmares. You see this mark on my hand? The first time a slave runs away, they're branded with this on their shoulder. The second time, their leg. Third time, killed. The people with this mark, they're the people who know how much freedom can cost. They wear it every day. So do I. And now I'm going to aggressively open this door just for a little dramatic effect.
If I'd let my past terrify me, I'd never be free of it.
Do I think what she doing right now is a little stupid? Absolutely. Even though she agreed not to go inside the building, just gonna scope it out, she says, if you run into Drota and Aurochs at the same time, you're doomed. So she actually does run into both of them at the same time, but the whole time she's just trailing behind them. Witnessed a man give to the homeless and then immediately got eaten afterwards. And I want y'all to remember this dude right here. So they head off to the cemetery where Drota gets the next 7 minutes of uninterrupted glazing, trying to persuade Aurochs into pledging his allegiance to her messiah, which of course he's not gonna just blindly do. He said, yeah, I heard she's formidable, but I believe it when I see it. So Drota heads off. Annette randomly hears some person yelling, and the same dude who was allowed to leave somehow got here in a cemetery. That shit makes no sense. You telling me that after witnessing a vampire murder man right in front of you, running away with your life on the line, and you didn't think, oh, I should seek out the local police department, probably my safest bet? No. Instead, he said, oh yeah, let me run into the nearest cemetery. Absolutely zero logic. You almost died because of that. And you know what makes it worse? There's a fat ass gate wrapped around the entire thing. There's only one way to get in. He didn't just randomly stumble upon inside. The man willingly walked in here. He's stupid. And the vampire who was there happened to be the vampire that enslaved Annette. Not gonna lie, this segment was poorly done to me, because this vampire who was the cause of so much torment in her life just happened to be strolling through the same cemetery at the exact same time, I guess. And the way he went out was so ass. I was expecting a big battle, you know, I thought he was gonna be a mini boss of some sort, but that was not the case. Annette drops crosses around him that stops him from escaping. Shout out our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I expect nothing less. But this encounter was very anticlimactic. They yapped about nothing for the next 2 minutes, and he used the next 3 minutes to glaze his messiah. Did that until the sun came up. Her smiling though was kind of funny though, I give him that. Later on, we see the abbot come speak to Moms and Maria. He was trying to explain how what he's doing is for a good reason. This revolution is getting out of hand. Over 200 priests were murdered in another city, and it's only a matter of time until priests altogether are exiled. And he does hint that he's going to betray the vampire messiah, which is the reason he's making these night creatures in the first place. He's making an army to take her on. But what found me is that he was like, how many times does the entire course of history come down to the choice of just one man? Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King, LeBron, me.
Yo, who the fuck is this?
And Moms proceeds to say,
oh, I wish I never met you.
But if you never met me, then we wouldn't have Maria.
What? No way. You're Maria's dad? I never would have thought of that.
And then she just walks into the abyss. Why is that area so dark? So now we finally see what Richter is up to, sitting in a tavern with no money to his name. Can't even afford a Ritz cracker with that apparently. Luckily for him, that old man in the back paid for his meal. Went to go say thank you when his vampire burst through the front doors, demanding to face off with the old man just for him to immediately get cooked. I know you're looking at that kill cam mad as hell. The man was fresh off a beer and still beat you, with ease at that. And the people just go back to drinking and dancing like nothing happened. Nothing happened, nothing happened, like nothing happened.
Still staying up late gaming solo? With Hacko AI, get the ultimate companion for your playtime.
I noticed that the enemy jungle Rammus.
Let's try that again. And the people just go back to drinking and dancing like nothing happened. So old man walks outside, Richter not too far behind, asked him who he was, and turns out he's his grandfather, Juiced Belmont. So like any normal person who assumed they were the last of their kind, asked him, where the fuck have you been? Oh, me? I've been here watching you. Not in a weird way though, just observing. Also, Moms knew that Juiced was here the whole time, but she agreed not to tell Richter. Whenever he gets money from killing vampires, he gives her some. Not really to keep her quiet, more so just to help out. So they head over to this hut and Richter was pissed. He said, ain't no way you're a Belmont hiding in a shack. Also, you're not supposed to kill vampires for money. Did you not read the pamphlet? Story time. Juice goes on to tell us how he used to be a hero once. Lost count on the amount of vampires he killed. The whip Richter has used to be his, but he didn't really need it. See, 300 years ago, one of their ancestors was a powerful sorceress. Some refer to her as the GOAT, the best to ever do it, the MVP. She goes by a lot of names. But Cypher is the reason Belmonts can use magic. He was the greatest magician the Belmont line has ever produced. But one day, it just vanished. His magic was no longer with him. And he feels like because of him is the reason his wife and best friend died. Because he couldn't do anything to save him. He says that evil will always win. It's everywhere. It will always be stronger. No matter how many devils you kill, there will be another to take his place.
I need a piss.
Spider sense went off, felt someone was watching him, and he was right. There wasn't only one. 3 more ran out the woods with him. I was about to say, no way Juice is still taking a piss, but that boy got captured. Richter then gets his whip took, got no knives to throw, both arms grabbed, dropped on his knees. It wasn't looking too good. Until this dude started talking about Maria, Annette, Moms, and how they're gonna be a gift to the Messiah. Once those flashbacks started popping up, yeah, I knew what was about to happen next. He awakened his powers. One of them instantly rushed in, caught that shit, froze it up, switched to the fire, roasted him alive. Quick look over the shoulder, gotta show him he's serious. Ice on the forearms, blocking the knives, weave, roundhouse to the temple, iced up the elbow, stabbed right in the gut, blocks the low, blocks the high, slapped him real quick, switch targets, peep the elbow tap, ice the neck, blocking the knife. Yo, he is very efficient with his powers. He's barely using them really, he's just out there boxing. Palms the chest, another rotisserie, casually flips the arm, cooks the other one, and finally the mini boss, not even a mini boss no more, downgraded to a grunt. Richter didn't even move, bro just missed, pulls out the white headband. There's something you forgot about Belmonts. Stupid of me, I've forgotten it too. Block the bullet, here, hold this real quick. Try to run away, but earlier, his dumbass threw the whip right at Juice's feet. Get your ass back down here. Lobbed him straight to his death. Hold on, Richter. If you moving like this for the rest of the show, you might redeem yourself. So back down in the cells, Lightskin is forming an alliance of sorts. If he still has part of his soul, then others could still have part of theirs. And not gonna lie, Jota be popping out every episode with a new fit, new hairstyle, new something. She be putting that shit on. But the reason she's so dressed up is because the vampire messiah has finally arrived. And of course they can't meet up without presenting her a gift. This lady got hold. Her own father pleaded for his own life rather than hers. There is absolutely nothing she could have done to escape the situation. They giving her away like she's a pet bird. And the thing I have to always give Castlevania credit for is the music. When they want you to feel pure evil, hopelessness, dread, they got the perfect track every time. Like what's playing right now is subtle, but that subtleness is what makes it scary. Imagine this. Man, what? I hear that shit. I feel like I can beat your ass. Give me a sword, I'll have this handled in 30 minutes. But now... see, this is a whole different ball game. Whoever comes up to you is gonna talk to you for 5 minutes straight.
Explain to you how the world needs fixing, and before erasing you from existence, they're gonna say you were somehow, some way destined to die by their hand, and how your death is the foundation of what's to come. Like, bro, what?
Anyways, She has made it to town, basking in the glaze. She's loving this. And Drota peeps you talking to Maria. Now she knows y'all are connected more than just a don't murk the kid thing. Later on, they're having this party, and now I'm truly confused. Maybe Elizabeth is just one of us. I thought she killed that girl, but she actually did the complete opposite. She dressed her up, danced with her. I mean, she's still slowly draining her, I think, but maybe Elizabeth just like fine shit. I respect that, because if I was a vampire, I promise you I'm not biting on no nigga. But during this parties, when Drota tells Elizabeth that the way they can secure the abbot's loyalty is by his daughter. And speaking of her, she still seems to be a little upset that her father was kept a secret from her. This whole time she thought her father was dead. But as Moms was walking back, she gets attacked, and not gonna lie, I wasn't worried. Y'all are the no-name grunts, the background vampires. You gotta send someone with status next time. Maria heard the commotion, spawned her bird, took flight, and look at this one hitting straight log, straight tree bark, caught an icicle to the neck. Back to Maria handling a 1v2, and usually summoners in anime are the lamest characters, but Maria is not one of them. You just gotta be swaggy with it, throwing in a few unnecessary flips, and I promise you look cool. One of them though were playing dead in the water, almost sniping Moms, but Richter finally made his way back. Had to show off his magic real quick too. And honestly, my gripe with Nocturne is that things feel like it's moving a little too fast. Just how earlier when Annette murked that one vampire, Richter makes it to the house, and I guess Annette was fake mad the whole time. She was talking about some fuck Richter, he's scary, he a pussy, he this, he that. Turns out they both trying to fuck. Wow. It's like when he ran away, you was pissed and you made it very clear. When you got out the cells, you was mad. When they tried to stop you from leaving, you said, no, I'm not mad, I'm furious. Okay. Moms asked you to forgive him because Aurochs was the one who murked his mother. He was face to face with his nightmare, and you responded to that by pretty much saying, I don't give a fuck about what we got going on. We all go through shit. He pussy. And gave a whole speech to back up your point. And I didn't mention it, but before Richter had that big fight, she summoned her ancestral plane or something like that, and even while in there said, nah, Celine, you was wrong. And I quote, that Belmont boy was useless as fuck.
The Belmont boy turned out to be useless as fuck.
Damn. But now that he's back, you don't stand on anything you said, or you just don't care about everything you said. And I swear y'all met a few days ago. So Aurochs goes to meet Elizabeth.
Behold, the one before whom evil trembles.
Yes, glaze this, glaze that. Drota tells him to bow, he just kept walking. She shows off her power, everyone bows. I thought I told you to bow. Bro, shut the f. Gave a little pity nod, he was getting annoyed. Now, I don't know what she's wielding in that hand of hers, but it doesn't look fair. They tell Aurochs that once Europe is conquered, he will be her guide into America.
I told you to bow.
Not gonna lie, I'm kinda rocking with Aurochs. He only bowed to keep up appearances, when in reality, pure hatred in his heart. So afterwards, they call the abbot over here, and of course they pull the daughter card. They said, you wanna prove your loyalty? Good. Sacrifice your daughter. Knowing him, he's gonna do just that. Thinks it's for the greater good. But once again, speaking of his daughter, right now they're making up a plan of attack with the goal of saving Light Skin as well as finding a way to stop the creation of night creatures. Maria, being the kind soul that she is, being a good daughter, asked what's gonna happen to the abbot, her father. Oh, he made his choice. He's gonna die alongside them. When all of a sudden, Aurochs drops that fat ass novel on the table, the three of them run outside. Splitting up was pretty stupid, not gonna lie, but Aurochs wasn't here to fight. Even though Richter wanted that fight so bad, you could have died 3 times already, buddy. Calm down. You just swinging that shit around and hoping to hit something. Aurochs tells him, yeah, I know we not friends, but either you trust me or Elizabeth takes over the world. I think the choice is pretty obvious. I killed your mom for revenge. Elizabeth gonna murk all 3 of your loved ones for shits and giggles. We not the same. Just read the book. And then he just leaves. So they read the book and find out he was telling the truth. The night creatures are made from a machine. With a little deciphering, they can figure out how to destroy it. Later on in the night, Maria actually sneaks out somehow. We already know how loud them doorknobs are. But she heads over to her father to warn him, not wanting him to die, urging him to leave and come with her, but he's dead as a lost cause. I was thinking maybe the evil church role would die here. Maria actually wanted you to be a father in her life, but now he turns his head, sees her. had his gremlins grab her. I'm so glad this dude was watching, because the second he got a chance, he ran straight to the house, told him exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, Elizabeth, I still don't know what exactly her power is, but that junk is broken. When they called her the Devourer of Light, they were dead ass. I thought they were just blindly glazing. She for real blocked the sunlight, made her own eclipse. Even Allrocks knew that was some cheating shit. All the vampires flew out, Jota transformed into whatever that is, also flying out. Richter's still wearing that headband. Please remove that off your character, bro. That junk is not clean. Elizabeth also transforms. Now that I'm really looking at her, she's like 8 feet tall.